Whether you're just starting in the tech industry or you're looking for some promotion, most of the times you will need to have some IT related certification. Well, in this video, I will show you 7 steps to pass any IT certification exam. Hi, this is Isaias Burnett from Burnett Tech Solutions. The 7 steps that I'm about to show you are things that I've done to pass all my IT certifications that I've gathered for the past 10 years in this career. Now let's start with step number 1, and that is to identify the major topics from the exam guide. All certification vendors have an exam guide about their certification, whether it's called an exam overview, study guide, or a topic guide. These guides provide a high-level overview of the exam that you're about to take. The first step is familiarizing yourself with these exam topics. Understanding the major topics that your exam will be about is going to be essential. By doing this, you're setting a proper foundation for your study routine and for the things that you will have to learn to be successful in that particular exam. Step number 2 is looking for documentation pertaining to each of those exam topics. In this step, you'll want both vendor-specific documentation and third-party documentation. The vendor-specific documentation is essential because most likely that's what you're going to be tested on in the actual exam. But third-party documentation is also important. The reality is we learn in different ways. And sometimes when the vendor explains some concept, we might not get it on the first or second or even the third read. Whereas if somebody breaks down the concept for us in a way that might be simpler or easier for us to get, then we can better understand the concept that the vendor is testing us on. So collate a list of documentations from the vendor and third-party sources that pertain to each major exam topic that you're going to be studying. The third step is to research videos or courses about that particular exam. You can find a vast amount of both free and paid courses online about the certification that you want to pursue. Just like the previous step, get multiple sources. Get vendor-specific videos or courses that they have, but also get third-party courses as well. There are several YouTube channels that talk about if it's Microsoft technologies or if it's Cisco technologies or if it's AWS technologies. Similarly to the documentation part, there might be things that you can understand better if somebody explains it to you in a different way. There might be instructors that specialize in one type of technology more so than the other, and they can give you an enlightened perspective on that particular technology, on that particular part of your exam. The fourth step is to set a study schedule. Now that you know the exam topics that you will be focusing on, you have collated documentation both from the vendor and third parties on each exam topic, and you have a number of courses or videos pertaining to that exam, you now set your study schedule. But this step in particular, you have to be realistic. Set a schedule that you can actually meet. There are different responsibilities that we all have, so don't set an unrealistic schedule and then you find yourself not sticking to it. And instead of learning the concepts, you end up getting frustrated because you're not meeting whatever deadlines that you might have set. So set a realistic schedule and incorporate the documentations and the videos that you have collated in your study routine. Many certification courses tell you how long that particular course is going to be or how long it will take you to study that particular material. Though that might be useful, it might not be relevant to your unique situation. So set a schedule that you can manage and you can deal with so that you can spend time on learning these materials from the documentation and from these video courses. Some video courses might tell you that this set of materials will take you a month to study or maybe take you 2 months to study. But again, it really depends on what you have going on. What they say might take you 1 month, might take you 3 months. Or what they say might take you 3 months, might even take you 6 months. Doesn't matter. Set some realistic schedule for yourself. At the end of the day, you want to be able to come out in that exam not only knowing how to pass a certification, but you want to know the concepts, you want to understand it, you want to have a mastery of the things that you have been studying. And sometimes it means that you're going to go into a rabbit hole and gain more information and knowledge on that particular topic. That's fine. That's good. Welcome that depth of learning, because this time of learning is what that's really going to push you forward in your next job. The certification will get you in front of the door, but you having competence on the concepts that you have studied is what will make you excel in your job. The fifth step is to do projects. After you have a good understanding of the core concept of whatever certification that you're going for, do some projects. Look online for some projects that will help solidify the concepts that you have been learning. Some people learn in a very hands-on fashion. So you may read the concepts and have an understanding of it, but when you actually do it, those concepts might come alive to you. So do some projects. Spend a few hours each week doing some practical work on that certification that you're going for. Step 6 is to do practice tests. The exam questions might be tricky, and the wording of those exam questions might actually throw you off if you're not ready for it. So take advantage of both paid and free practice tests that you can use to help you familiarize yourself with the format and style of the exam questions. Many vendors have both free and paid practice tests that you can do to get a feel of those exams. And what I will say, when you're doing practice tests, be wary of sites that give you guaranteed results from doing the test that they are offering. What you don't want to do is memorize any test question. That will not help you or showcase your competency in the subject that you're actually learning. At the end of the day, the practice tests are just that. It's to help you practice for the exam at hand. Don't try to cheat your way by getting exam questions from the sites that offer you guaranteed or 100% pass rates if you just follow their exam questions. The final step is to share your knowledge. Sharing what you know can be super beneficial. It may help you solidify the concepts that are floating in your mind by writing it down in the sense of blogging, or by teaching it to your peers or to a study group. These methods will help further strengthen the concepts that you have been studying. Join relevant study groups or peer sessions to get the opportunities to share what you know. By doing this, it will help to reinforce your understanding of the concepts. And that's it. By following the 7 steps, you'll be able to pass any IT-related certification. If you have any tips and tricks to studying for an IT exam, leave it in the comment section so that others can benefit. Now go out there and make the best out of the information that I was just given to you, and happy learning. I will see you in the next video.